Heads up, this podcast contains some swearing.
Previously on Lost in Williamsburg.
Still have time for one more song?
I'm sorry, Aaron. We're out of time. But I'll have you guys back on again real soon.
That would be great.
So, folks, we spent this past hour listening to and talking with the local Williamsburg band, Cats with Benefits. I hope everyone had as much fun as we did. Now, just a reminder, the station will be down for fall break next week, but I'll be back on the air the following week. By the way, what are y'all doing for fall break? Lauren?
I'm going to Chapel Hill for my cousin's wedding.
Zeph?
Chapel Hill for her cousin's wedding.
Aaron?
I'm going to Emerald Island.
Josh?
And I will be staying in town to write music.
Really? I'll be here too. We should definitely get together and work with my aunts on the Halloween program.
Yeah, totally.
All right, listeners,
we should get together. You're so
Stay
transparent,
tuned for Flip
Caleb.
Nolka, coming up next with your host, DJ Flip. He's a
Dale!
little bit late, but I'm sure when he shows up, it'll
are
be a
you
great
down
show.
there?
I'm Caleb Souter, and I'll see you back here in 2 weeks on Cooped.
Can you come up and turn off the radio, please? Caleb's show is over.
I'll be right there, Mom. Hi, Mom. I brought you the mail.
Dale, how did the radio end up over on my dresser? I can't reach it over there.
I moved it this morning when I was cleaning up.
Why would you do that?
Well, I thought that when that death metal show came on later, you might be inspired to actually get out of your bed.
Nice try, Dale, but I'll let you know when I'm ready to get up.
You've got to start doing your exercises, Mom.
I know what the doctor said. I know. I'll try in a day or two. I promise.
I thought you wanted me to turn the radio off. I don't hear anything.
They must have gone off the air again. They're a bit loosey-goosey with how they run things down there at the station.
Bunch of slackers. How was Caleb's show this week?
Well, I don't always care for his selection of music, but it is nice to hear his voice. He was flirting like crazy with a guest on the show.
That sounds like Caleb.
It was some young man in this band Cats with Benefits. Have you heard of them?
Mom, I haven't paid attention to music since Carole King.
Ha! I'm 78 and I'm hipper than you.
Yeah, ever since you got that hip replacement.
Very funny. You know, I could have my own show. Play some Glenn Miller or Peggy Lee or Ella Fitzgerald. She was from Newport News, you know. These kids need to be exposed to the classics.
That's a good idea. I'm sure Caleb would help you out.
Actually, he mentioned having me on his show to tell some of my ghost stories for Halloween.
Well, you've certainly got enough material locked away in that nightstand of yours. How many binders have you got in there?
Too many.
I really don't know how you can stomach all that stuff. Ghost stories, Indian massacres, crime scene photos. It's depressing.
Really? I find it interesting.
Yeah, well, I bet you were over the moon when they found out about that cannibalism at Jamestown.
It didn't surprise me, that's for sure. That place was a nightmare.
So would you actually consider it your own radio show?
I don't know. We'd have to hire a moving crew to get me and my bed down to the studio.
Well, I'm sure they could figure out how to broadcast the show right here from your bedroom. Caleb's a genius with that technological stuff. God, you get a lot of junk mail.
I just hope he puts that genius to use and gets out of Williamsburg once he graduates. Has he mentioned to you any plans for next year?
No, we haven't talked about anything like that in a while.
Well, you should call him up. Take him out to dinner sometime. Or breakfast. He loves pancakes.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, do that and find out what he's got planned.
What's this?
I just worry so much about him being on his own without his parents to look out for him.
What? God damn it!
What? What is it?
It's a letter from the code office. They want me to take out the vinyl windows that I just put in and replace them with goddamn wood windows.
I told you not to put in those ugly vinyl windows. You know they're not historically accurate.
Give me a break. It's our property. They've got no right to tell us what to do.
That's not what their lawyers would say.
Screw their lawyers. Our family has owned this house from way before all this historic preservation shit. Why can't people mind their own damn business?
Well, Dale, if you feel that strongly about it, stop swearing and get appointed to the planning commission.
Maybe I will. Someone needs to change things around here. This whole town's got a fife stuffed so far up its ass, and when everybody farts, people think it's a goddamn symphony.
Dale, I don't know why you get so worked up about it. I like that they keep everyone on their toes. It's good for property values, and it's good for our B&B. The tourists eat that history stuff up.
Mom, you may have noticed that this B&B doesn't exactly bring in the big bucks.
It's been slow for everyone.
Ugh, I can't afford to spend money on fancy wood windows that are just going to rot away in a couple of years. What's wrong with vinyl? They look just like wood.
Well, I see your point.
And maybe our guest would like an outdoor hot tub. But no, Martha Washington wouldn't have approved.
Only because she never tried one. Anyway, good luck fighting the Codes Compliance Office. You'll need it.
Hey, Jordan.
Hi, Aaron.
What's going on?
I was just thinking about you. What are you up to? Walking around downtown Williamsburg, apparently.
Yeah, they've got some big event going on here. Some kind of international war reenactment. There's soldiers from all over the place.
And you went down for that?
No. We just finished that show at the station and I...
Right, the show. How did that go?
You didn't listen? Jordan.
Sorry, I forgot.
Well, it was fine, though it sort of turned into the Josh and Caleb show at the end. Anyway, I'm going now to meet Professor Welsh.
Who?
You know, from my historic preservation class.
Oh, yeah. How long is that gonna last?
I guess an hour or so. Why, what's up?
Nothing. I'm just feeling kinda crappy.
I hope you're not getting sick. I wouldn't want you to miss fall break.
Hey, listen, Aaron. Would you be upset if we didn't go to Emerald Island?
What? What's going on? First you canceled Chapel Hill, and now Emerald Island? I thought all your DC friends were going to be there.
They are, but I'm just really stressed out with schoolwork and everything, and I've been thinking about it, and I don't know if I'm up to spending 4 days in a beach house with 12 people.
Well, listen, Jordan. All you really need is me. I'll come over, bring my bag of medicine, and I'll have you feeling better in no time.
Oh, God, please. Not that Dr. Aaron thing again. That is so dorky.
But it gets the job done, doesn't it? I'll start off with the top-to-bottom examination. Or maybe bottom to top. I'm not sure which I like better.
Hello, Aaron.
Oh, hi, Professor Welsh. I'm just talking to... Can you hold on for a second? Jordan, I've got to go. Professor Welsh is here.
All right.
Sorry. I'll text you as soon as I'm done, okay?
Okay, but listen, Aaron, there's a couple things I want to talk to you about.
Oh, sure. I'll see you soon. Bye.
So, Aaron, do you have somewhere else you need to be?
Oh, no, it's fine. I'm really looking forward to this. I've always wanted to look inside one of these historic houses.
Okay, then. Well, how about if we start off with a little pop quiz before we go inside?
Okay.
So how would you classify the architecture of this house?
Well, I think this would be an American four-square, right? It's got a boxy shape and 4 rooms per floor.
And?
And, it's a very typical example of a house from the turn of the century. The previous century, I mean. But this one's actually pretty plain. It doesn't have any of the craftsman or bungalow detailing that you see sometimes.
Okay, good. I think you're focused now.
Yes, you've got my full attention. So, Professor, why did you want to look at this house anyway? It doesn't look particularly historic.
Well, it depends on how you look at it. You're right, compared to the other houses in the historic area, it's not particularly notable. And since it's 20th century and not colonial, the Historic Williamsburg Corporation is getting rid of it.
Are they tearing it down?
Oh no, they're going to put it on a trailer and move it to a spot just outside the historic district. And once that's done, they'll reconstruct the building that was here in the 18th century.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but it's kind of sad in a way. This was the last privately owned house in the historic district. And now that they own it, the HWC owns what was once the entire town of Williamsburg. Every house, outhouse, bush, rock.
Wow, I didn't realize they owned the whole thing.
Yeah, it's impressive. But Mrs. Smoot, the last person to own this house, she would not be happy.
Why not?
Oh, she hated what the corporation did to the town. They bought up all the houses one by one, and all of her friends were happy to make deals with them.
Huh.
They just took the money, moved out, and then all the tourists moved in. Mrs. Smoot never got over that.
I guess I can see why.
I used to see Mrs. Smoot once in a while, and she was a piece of work. Every year during the Christmas fireworks, when there were thousands of people lining the streets, she would put this crime scene tape up all along the property line, and if a tourist dared to step even 1 inch into her yard, she would attack them with a broom.
You're kidding.
Yeah, but now it belongs to the HWC. Poor Mrs. Smoot swore she would never sell out, but she didn't have any heirs, and no one ever found a will. I'm not actually sure how the corporation ended up with it, but Mrs. Smoot must be rolling over in her grave.
So, are you working with the corporation on the reconstruction?
No, I'm actually working on my own book on the houses of Williamsburg. I used a connection at the corporate offices to get a key. I I don't actually have official permission to be here.
Guerrilla research, huh?
Sort of. What I'm really interested in is the basement, which is supposed to date to the mid-1700s. The original building burned down long ago, but I think the house was built on the old brick foundation.
Interesting.
Well, let me find the key and we can go in.
Oh, hey there, kitty.
Oh my gosh, she's real thin.
She must be a stray.
Yeah, there are a lot of strays in the historic area. Plenty of tourists to keep them fed.
Come here, kitty. Aren't you cute?
Aaron, you seem to like her. Maybe you should adopt her. She'd make a good pet for grad school. Cats pretty much take care of themselves.
Yeah, about that.
What?
I'm thinking about putting grad school off for a year or two.
Really? You seemed so set on it last spring.
Yeah, well, I guess things have gotten more serious with Jordan. She's already got a job lined up with a law firm in New York, and I'm thinking of moving up there, to the other Williamsburg.
Oh.
Yeah, I might try music for a while, and see what happens. I can always go to grad school later.
I see. Music, huh?
I hope you're not disappointed.
No. I guess it's better to decide now than before you get halfway through grad school.
Exactly. But maybe we could take a cat with us to New York. Would you like that, kitty? I can talk to Jordan. Oh, I guess not. Huh, she just ran in that wall vent. I wonder if she belonged to Mrs. Smoot.
Oh, in that case, you might want to look for another cat.
Why?
I'll tell you later. Come on, let's go in.
Dale, are you down there?
Yes,
Can you come back up here, please?
I'm coming. Mom, I told you to text me when you want me to come up here. Your shouting bothers the guests.
Sorry.
It's fine. What do you want?
I need you to do me a favor. I just got a call from Valerie Dunhill. She has some papers for me down at the Williamsburg Historical Library. Can you go down there and pick them up?
Well, it's going to be a busy day for me. I just made an appointment with the codes office to deal with the window issue. What are these papers you need?
It's some research about an old house that burned down sometime around 1760. The Blackard House, I think it was called.
Uh-huh.
I came across some references to it in that last batch of materials that Valerie put together for me, and she says she's got more information.
Can't she just email them to you?
Dale, you're such a pill today. You know I hate using the computer, and I can never get the darn printer to work. Would it hurt you to have some interaction with a real live person?
Fine, I'll go.
Thank you.
So what are you going to do with all this research anyway? You're just going to keep it locked away in your nightstand forever?
I don't know.
You should write a book. Weird Williamsburg or something like that. There must be some way to make money off it.
Oh, I'm not really a writer.
Then what's the point?
Dale, someday I'll explain it to you, once I understand how all the pieces fit together.
Why don't you just tell me now?
No, you just think I was a crazy old lady and have me sent over to Eastern State Hospital.
Don't worry, Mom. You're not going anywhere.
I almost believe you. Anyway, I just called Valerie and told her that you'd stop by. And I can tell from her voice that she's looking forward to seeing you.
Ah, so that's what this is about.
Maybe. What do you think of her, anyway?
I don't know. She's fine, pleasant. We never really get beyond small talk.
Even after all the years that you've known her?
No, I've really never felt like she wanted to get to know me.
Well, you can be pretty oblivious sometimes. She often asks about you when I see her.
Really?
Maybe I'll ask her mother and see what she knows.
Jessie? Since when have you been talking to Jessie? I thought she was your arch enemy.
Oh, come on. I'm not a comic book character. I don't have arch enemies. And I don't actually talk to her. We just chat online sometimes. We sort of reconnected on Facebook.
I thought you didn't like using the computer.
Well, Facebook I can handle. Basically, I just use it to play Scrabble with Jessie and a couple other friends.
Well, I'm glad you're at least chatting online with her. You used to be such good friends.
That was before the great Williamsburg Bicentennial Tourism Committee debacle of 1976.
Oh, God. I never understood why you took that committee stuff so seriously.
Because she made my life a living hell for a solid year, that's why. Nothing I ever said was right, and boy, she knew all the answers. She was the expert. Anyway, it's ancient history now. I'm putting it behind me.
After 40 years?
I'm putting it behind me, and maybe it's finally time for a phone call to start to smooth things over.
Well, whatever. But for God's sake, if you do talk to Jessie, please don't ask about Valerie or what she thinks of me. That would only make things more awkward than they already are.
All right, Dale. Just think about what I said, though. Well, speak of the devil. Jessie just played a word in Scrabble. I hope she didn't take my spot. Damn it, she took my spot. What a bingo.
What did she play?
Pishogi? Now what kind of word is that? I swear she just makes these things up.
You've been listening to the audio drama Lost in Williamsburg. Tonight's episode was entitled Plans. Our cast included Louise Menges as Margaret Souter, Will Hausman as Dale Souter, Luke Hart-Moynihan as Aaron Seeger, Claudia Swain as Jordan Bales, and Sarah Stafford as Professor Susan Welsh. Please join us again next time as the story continues.
Aaron, please don't film me. I'm actually trying to get some work done and we're not supposed to be here.
I won't show it to anyone. It's just for me.
This is security. Hello? Jake, I heard something in there.
Open up! You're trespassing!
Lost in Williamsburg is produced, directed, written, and scored by Phillip Merritt. Many of the sound effects used in this production were provided by freesound.org. Thank you for listening. I'm Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening. I'm Caroline Corney. Good night, and be careful out there.